You remember Swiss International Airlines, right? And if you don't, you can simply look it up. To understand the scale, first you must know how successful Swiss Airlines was. They weren't just an airline. People called them the Flying Bank, a symbol of Swiss precision and financial muscle. Swiss Airlines had a reputation that few airlines could match. Yet, in just a few years, a bold expansion plan brought it to its knees. What went wrong was a legal oversight that no one saw coming. With all that money, as a non-EU business, they wanted a major piece of Europe, so they hired McKinsey, and McKinsey, in turn, developed the Hunter strategy. On paper, it was genius. Acquire smaller airlines across Europe, stitch them into a vast network, and challenge European airline giants like British Airways and Lufthansa. But as they rolled it out, they were walking into a legal landmine. European Union Regulation VIO 2407-92 provides that for any airline to be licensed to fly within the European Union, more than half of it, over 50%, had to be owned and controlled by EU companies or citizens. Switzerland isn't in the EU, neither are its owners. This means Swiss Airlines could own a piece, sure, but they could never own majority stake in any airline within Europe. They could have all the financial risk they wanted, but they could never ever have legal control. So what do you do when your multi-billion-dollar plan runs into a legal brick wall? You'd think you'd pivot, right? Well, Swiss Airlines didn't. They decided they were just going to get clever by outsmarting it. They built this unbelievably complicated web of financial engineering, call options, shell companies, off-balance sheet financing, all designed make them able to buy small airlines in Europe and to give them what they called effective control, even though they couldn't have legal ownership. The deals were structured in a way that made Swiss Airlines responsible for the majority of the financial risk, or sometimes all the risk, in the small European airlines, but could only own a minority stake in the company. Because they weren't the majority owner, they had little to no real power to make the big operational changes needed to stop the bleeding. They were paying for everything with their hands tied behind their back. At this point, all the complicated financial structures could not help. It was an incredibly fragile house of cards. We are talking about a $5 billion plus strategy built not on sound business principles or a solid legal due diligence, but on fragile workarounds. An absolutely massive gamble.